good news, and this is where I think you mentioned this earlier, JS. This is sort of building season at the moment, and you tend to find in normal bullish crypto cycles, whenever we've had a bull run this part of the year, you tend to have a bit of a cooling off at the end of November, and it's really in December and Jan when things massively run, and you probably, if you're very lucky, you have the whole of Q1 where there's a big cycle. So I think a lot of the work Justin's trying to do at the moment, yes, some of it will pay off, some of it might not pay off, but because we're talking about it and Twitter Spaces are talking about it and Twitter generally is talking about it, I think that's going to be really good for the ecosystem moving forward. But we'll probably see the impact of this coming into probably end of December, but definitely coming into the start of Jan.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said that well. The only other, person and group that I'm seeing push this hard to get eyes on their chain is Brian Armstrong at Coinbase. I know they're working quite closely with the Trump administration. Yeah, I mean that the partnership with the Trump team, and I saw someone in my Telegram group post that that uh, Donald Trump Jr. or maybe was it I think it was Don Jr. followed Justin Sun and they're like talking and like, I think that's all good. I think to me that's the most promising thing. One to yeah to grow the wealth of the world. I mean, I think that's going to be the answer to any sort of global conflict. So I mean, that's really that that was so cool. I mean, that was like actually something I got excited about. Pretty damn tired of seeing a taped banana, but as said, if it gets eyes on Tron, that's great. It could go one of two ways, guys, and this is it's either I mean you set up this question perfect, JS, because it's like you know, Justin has this master, stable situation. Tron Dow is in a really good situation financially. And is that enough? Is that enough for Justin? I think that's the question is because that's what a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of people in the TG are saying is like, okay, he bought it to banana, and it seems to be a Justin a Justin move that's not going to really go downstream of anything. It could go one of two ways. Brings people to the chain, sees this guy's kind of a degen and working for the chain, or it could be another. Well, Justin's doing his own thing, doesn't really care what's going on across the ecosystem. So I hope it's not. I hope it's not a validation of that. I don't think it is. I think he has sincere interest in making John top five. Ecosystems in the crypto world.
Is how to find the
Um,
next
but
600x crypto
real
coin
quick
in
question: Does this
three
belong
steps.
to charity? The banana?
What was that again?
What
The you,
was? Did that money go towards charity, or was that just a straight up purchase?
no, I mean, I can't confirm that, but I think it was like an auction. So it went to the funds went to the artist itself. So there was someone who created this piece, I think, where he duct taped a banana to like a wall, and that was his like trademark piece. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, Zappo, if you know anything more, but I'm pretty sure it was just an artist who is famous for what is it, for his like past whatever.
Yeah, I mean, from my understanding, I'm similar to you. I don't exactly know where the money's gone. I was sort of looking into whether it was done to write some taxes off. I'm sure it has, but if he ends up eating the banana on Friday, we'll have to wait and see what the value of the artwork is when the banana is gone. But I don't actually know where the money's gone in all honesty.
But I also have to mention, I think I saw something where the banana itself, the artwork, it comes with instructions on how to replace the banana. So that'll be interesting. Let's see if Justin can nail eating the banana and then following the instructions to tape the banana. But I mean, regardless of that, for me, I think when I look at it, there's two ways to look at it, right? There's a bull case and there's a bear case, right? And I think the bull case is, wow, a founder of a chain spent $6.2 million on, you can call it a banana, but I would call it like culture, right? Almost like value. Like art is very subjective, right? the value of it depends on whoever wants to buy it and whoever looks at it and has the money to afford it. So I think those who are looking at it can say, "Oh, it's just a banana," but in another sense, maybe Justin kind of understands the culture. Maybe he just has a lot of money, but they could look at it that way. And then obviously with the Trump, the World Liberty Financial, not only was it a $30 million investment, but it also gave him an advisor role to the project itself, right? So I think the bull case for that is, money talks, right? And I think in this situation, him putting $30 million into this, project where I think you can't sell the token itself. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of like a DAO formation where like you have voting rights rather than like the token itself where you can sell it. So he basically just sent 30 mil and said, "Hey, let me get an advisor role." So it put him that much closer, to Trump, and obviously with the ties of China and cryptocurrency and the regulations. Obviously, like he wants to be on the good side, right? So I think for the bull case, it's wow, like he has the money, but he's using the money, right? There are other chains and founders who have the funds. Maybe they're putting it towards other things, but for him, he's valuing those relationships that are close to the administration with Trump in order to put Tron forward, right? But then also on the flip side, you can say, yo, this dude is just a rich guy who has nothing else, better to do than to put $6 million for a banana and $30 million to a Trump coin just so he can kind of elevate himself, right? So there's two ways to look at it, and I think ultimately it's going to depend on how he's able to leverage those relationships in order to push the ecosystem further, right? If he's able to earn trust from the western and eastern markets, then that's very bullish, right? If he uses that. So I think it'll be interesting with, the next couple days. They've been really hyping up this banana thing on like HTX has all of the exchanges that he's a part of is very bullish on the banana live stream. Hopefully it turns out well. I just don't know what else he could add to the to him opening up a banana and eating it. I just don't know how exciting that can be, but we'll see. We'll see. It just depends on what that's going to look like. But yeah, I mean that's been a huge development over the past week for Tron and Justin Sun itself, and now moving forward, right? We're here to talk about Tron memes, how we're going to push this forward. So with the ecosystem, obviously we know that Sun Pump is sort of the largest, I would say, product that's available on Tron for Tron meme coins. Obviously, you have like Tron Scan, Tron Link, but Sun Pump is the equivalent of Pump Fund, right? So the comparison is there, the competition is there, and in terms of market share, they're in the same market, right? So, so when some pump first started in August, they passed pump fund for revenue generated, right, in August, and I think that's incredibly bullish. But since then, obviously, performance has gone way down. Volume has gone down, number of tokens launched, overall market sentiment has really shifted as well, and pump fund continues to rise. I believe last time I saw they had like they earned $350 million in fees from their platform. So but lately pump fund has dealt with some criticism. The live streams obviously were a situation where they shut that down very quickly. Moving forward, what changes do you guys think that Sun Pump could implement to really take more of the market share, right? Control the market. Obviously, they have Justin Sun backing them. They've got some attention, and they have a few projects that are actually building. So, what are some suggestions?
Zappo. I yeah, need to get back on my rhythm. Um, yeah, that was a really weird string of events there. The last 48, 96 hours was pump fun. I mean, that's so much volume, so much liquidity, so much excitement on that platform, and that's where a lot of people that were really early on Sun Pump who came from Pump Fund, went back just because of all the volume there. To see it kind of just self implode like that was really disheartening. And some of these big KOLs coming out and criticizing it so harshly, and rightfully so. I mean, I think there's a real there's a culture that we're trying to capture in the crypto asset sphere, and that runs completely contrary. This whole DeFi idea, and people threatening people to invest in their token in order to get it to a certain market cap is quite concerning. And so, I was a little disappointed. I was hoping that Sun Puppet, and I also am I don't like getting into controversial stances, especially on Twitter. I think seeing a rising tide rises all boats is my philosophy on everything. So I typically am pretty slow to jump into any sort of strong opinion on a matter. But it would have been really nice for Sun Pump to come out and just say, hey guys, like we're running something, as you said, JS, is very parallel to what y'all are trying to do. See a lot of good in what the project has done, but this is absolutely unacceptable. And what we're building at Sun Pump is a place of a fun place for community, a safe place for communities and projects to grow. I think it was a little bit of a missed opportunity. Not to say that it can't retroactively be beneficial for the platform. I would really like them to offer the streaming service. First off, I don't really like reinventing the wheel. I don't like copycat projects ideas. So it just does seem like everything that Pump Fund does, Sun Pump is looking to kind of emulate, and you should follow success. So again, that's not a criticism, that's just my personal opinion. But I would like them to offer that streaming service to just verified projects and verified people that are in the trenches daily. I think that was what got out of hand. It was just this free for all, and I understand I was trying to go down the stream of the crypto. It's anybody could do it. It's for everybody. But for the sake of what we just saw not to happen again, offering that as a little bit more privatized, a little bit more structured, so that we set the tone, and then you kind of open it up to be a little bit more broad for anybody to jump on. I also would really like to see Sun Pump and you just to enter into these spaces where these KOLs are hosting spaces. I've gotten to know John Crypto and some of these other larger